Hi everyone, this is a video review of the Batman Arkham City McFarlane Solomon Grundy wave. As you can see, I've got all the figures in line right in front of me. Starting with the figure you're probably going to get first, this is the Batman. As you can see, it's mostly a repack of the Arkham Asylum Batman with a new cape and new gauntlets. I've actually got the old DC Direct Arkham City Batman here. Now, the proportions are a bit wonky. This figure is about a decade old. However, I did want to show you some noticeable differences. You can see the gauntlets match, but the boots do not. They don't have these extra bits of armor on the boots. I don't know why McFarlane couldn't have just retooled, given him new boots, or just put the extra, slip on the extra armor pieces. Because the DC Direct figures for Batman were able to do that. I don't know why McFarlane could not. This is another noticeable difference. The eyes are completely white this time. I think there were like actual pupils in there with the Arkham City, Asylum release. Yeah. Let's see. Design. Personally not favorite of how it's asymmetrical and pointing to one side. Yeah, definitely the proportions of this one are better than this one, but this one's still a good figure for its time, as the accurate boots at least. It's a shame because I did like the new gauntlet and boots. Well, the boots are still good. They're from Arkham Asylum, but it's not accurate. For articulation, it's pretty much typical of Batman figures from McFarlane. Arms can move, although it does get hindered by the cape. Bend 90 degrees at the elbow. About a double jointed bend at the knee. Can do the splits. I wouldn't leave this the legs out extended for a long period of time. I'm afraid this diaper piece will get bent and stay deformed. Head appears to be on a ball joint. Some ab crunch here. Rotation at the same ab joint, oddly enough. So yeah. Whoops. That's the problem with some of these figures. Even with the stands, they don't always stand up so well. I think I'll just leave that Solomon Grundy off camera. Yeah, so all in all, the articulation on this figure is decent, almost good. Now, as for accessories, it does have the grapple gun. You can actually get it to hold the batarang that came with the other Batman. Which is cool. Might feel a bit. I'm sure it fits in fine. It does look a bit too big. I don't know why this is actually a bigger figure than the other one. As for the other figures, let's look at the Penguin. This is very special figure to me because I had the old DC Direct Penguin, but unfortunately I lost the little cigar he came with. So I'm really glad I got a better one now. So this feels more, seems to have the same sort of heft to it. Because he's overweight, more articulated. That other penguin was basically just a statue with a few points of articulation. This one is fully articulated. Get this, so you can, I guess the legs go out that much. I think it's just a single joint at the knee, ankle pivot and tilt. Got double bend at the elbow. So he's, oddly enough, his arms more articulated than Batman, but he doesn't have a cape. Shoulders, bicep, head's on a ball joint, and unlike that DC Direct Penguin, doesn't seem like the hat comes off, so I'm not going to try to yank it off until it comes off. I think if it stays, meant to stay on, I'll leave it on. But I'm glad finally got a new penguin. Didn't really like losing that cigar piece, even though it was pretty microscopically small accessory. This is Ra's bull. Gonna bend this here. I don't know if it's just me, but the legs feel like they're a bit warped from the way it was packaged or sculpted. I think it feels kind of bow-legged, like he's meant to sit on a horse. Well, I guess there was a horse that came with that Dark Knight Returns wave, but I'm not gonna, won't have that horse to try it with this figure. And even then, that Batman figure that comes that wave wasn't this, didn't have legs this bent out of shape. Now, again, ankle pivot here, knees bend. I'm not sure if this looks better than the old DC Direct one, but certainly more articulated. Elbows bend, bicep. You can move the arms, but it's hindered by the shoulder pad. Hands on a ball joint, of course. No ab. Not really an ab crunch with here. I mean, there's a slight one in the hips, I guess, but there's not really a joint for it because of the way the armor is. Here's the Catwoman. Again, legs seeming a bit warped. Again, double jointed bend at the knee, ankle pivot and tilt. Again, legs can go out, but I wouldn't leave it like this. I don't want this piece to stay bent. Legs can go forward and a little back. Bicep rotation, arms can go around. Double jointed at the bicep. Head can go up and down, look left and right. I don't think this looks better than the DC Direct one. Probably as good as the Mattel one did. I don't know. It could just be me, but something. I don't think it's quite as good as I remembered. Finally, we get to the Solomon Grundy piece. This is pretty cool. Had the old Solomon Grundy from back in the day. This one, of course, it's pretty big. Always felt kind of clunky. It has articulation, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of hefty. Be kind of loose. I don't think there was that much articulation. I think there's definitely more degrees of movement here. At least this one bends like a full 90 instead of looking like it was bent halfway. I think it's yeah, no removable abs, unfortunately. Does feel better in hand. bit more posable. Again, ankle tilt and pivot. I think it's a single bend at the knee. Then it go back and forth a little. Splits there. Of course, waist rotation. Arm can go all the way around. Rotates below the elbow. No bicep on this one, unfortunately. Head's on a ball joint. Fortunately, feels a bit loose. I think with this one, you don't even get an ankle pivot. So, yeah. Good on McFarlane for giving us this new one. Now, this is obviously... These are significantly different sizes. Like, this is almost twice the size of this one. But I'll live with it. Also, it being obscenely bigger than... I don't think it needs to be that much taller than Batman. Just like a head taller and obviously more bulkier. It still looks pretty accurate to the old one. Yeah. Yeah, so, in conclusion, don't think the Catwoman was as good as I remembered the DC Direct one being, but I think it's the hardest to find because of came with the chest for Solomon Grundy. I feel the same way with Roz. I expected this to be the best figure in the wave. It just doesn't... I feel like this could have been a lot better. Not even sure if this looks as good as the old one did. There does seem to be some strange mold design where part of his chin is a part of his head. Part of the bottom part of his head is sticking out from his chin. I don't know why. What do you though? Let's see. Batman. Penguin. And Grundy are definitely better. Please like this video, and if you do, please subscribe to my channel. That's it for my review. Bye.